Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that so many of you have been messaging me about, turning 30. It's a milestone that comes with so much pressure, so many questions, and a whole lot of feelings. Maybe you're single, looking at your friends getting married, or perhaps you're healing from a painful breakup, watching your ex move on, and you're just wondering, what's wrong with me? Or kailan ba ako? Naku, napakadaming emosyon dito. Maraming bagay na gustong sabihin at nararamdaman mo ngayon. You feel overwhelmed, confused, and maybe a little bit lost. I want you to know that you are not alone in this feeling. This space is for you. This conversation is for us to understand these complex emotions together. We're going to tackle everything: the societal expectations, the pain of heartbreak, the confusion about what kind of relationship you want, the red flags you might be ignoring, and the heavy weight of family expectations. It feels like a tangled mess right now, but I promise you, there is a way through it. We're going to unravel this together, one thread at a time. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Let go of the noise for a little while. Today, let's just talk, heart to heart. Let's break it down step by step. We will find clarity, we will find strength, and most importantly, we will find our way back to ourselves. This is your journey, and it's okay to take your time navigating it. Let's begin. Let's talk about turning 30. Parang may invisible na timer na biglang nag-start, diba? Suddenly, everywhere you look, there's this immense pressure to have it all figured out, especially in the love department. The question, may jowa ka na ba, becomes heavier, more loaded. It's as if reaching this age without a partner is a sign of failure. But I am here to tell you, straight from my heart to yours, that 30 is not a deadline. It is not an expiration date for your happiness or your worth. Your life's timeline is uniquely yours, written by God, and it cannot be compared to anyone else's. Your journey is not a race. Ang pag-ibig, hindi ito contest. It's not about how many relationships you've had or how quickly you can get a ring on your finger. It's about the quality, the connection, the growth you experience with another person. It's about finding a love that builds you up, not one that just checks a box on society's list. Some people find their great love at 18, some at 40, some at 60, and each story is beautiful and valid. The pressure you feel is external. It's not a reflection of your intrinsic value. Huwag mong hayaang diktahan ang kalendaryo ang puso mo. So, let go of that checklist. Release yourself from the burden of comparison. Your worth is not measured by your relationship status. You are whole and complete on your own right now at this very moment. Instead of focusing on the lack, let's shift our perspective. What have you built for yourself? What have you learned? How have you grown? This chapter of your life is about celebrating the person you have become. The right love will find you when you are busy loving the life you are creating for yourself. It will be an addition to your happiness, not the source of it. Now let's touch on something that cuts deep heartbreak, specifically the pain of seeing an ex move on, maybe even with someone who was once a part of your story, a third party. The feeling is gut-wrenching. It's a mix of betrayal, sadness, and a deep sense of inadequacy. You start to question everything. Was I not enough? What does she have that I don't? How could they move on so fast when I'm still here picking up the pieces? I want to validate that pain. It's real, it's raw, and you are allowed to feel it completely. Healing is not a race. It is a messy, non-linear, and deeply personal process. There is no shortcut, and there is certainly no specific timeline you need to follow. Seeing your ex happy on social media can feel like a dagger to the heart every single time. My advice? Protect your peace. Mute, unfollow, block. Do whatever you need to do to create a safe space for your heart to mend. This is not an act of bitterness. It is an act of self-preservation. You cannot heal in the same environment that broke you. Give yourself the grace and the space to fall apart, so you can slowly piece yourself back together. Remember that their new chapter does not invalidate your story together. It doesn't erase the love that was there or the lessons you learned. Their journey is now separate from yours. Your focus must shift from them back to you. What does your heart need to heal? Is it crying it out? Is it talking to a friend? Is it finding a new hobby? Is it rediscovering who you were before the relationship? Moving on is not about forgetting. It's about accepting what happened and choosing to build a new life for yourself. One where your happiness is the priority. Your healing is your own victory. Let's get into a topic that can be quite controversial but really needs to be discussed with an open mind: the structure of relationships. Monogamy versus polygamy. Maybe you've seen relationships that don't fit the traditional mold, and it's made you question things. Or perhaps you've been in a situation that wasn't exclusive, and it left you feeling confused and hurt. The truth is, there is no one-size-fits-all formula for a successful relationship. There are successful monogamous relationships, and there are successful, ethical, non-monogamous ones. There are also incredibly toxic versions of both. The success of a relationship does not depend on the setup, whether it's with one person or more. It depends entirely on the people involved. It boils down to a few fundamental things: honesty, communication, consent, and mutual respect. A monogamous relationship without honesty is a lie. A polygamous relationship without clear communication and respect for everyone's feelings is a disaster waiting to happen. The label doesn't matter as much as the foundation it's built upon. The most important question you need to ask yourself is, what do I truly want and need to feel safe, valued, and happy? Don't let society, your friends, or even a persuasive partner pressure you into a dynamic that goes against your core values. Be brutally honest with yourself. If the idea of sharing a partner brings you anxiety and pain, then monogamy is your truth. Honor that. If you are exploring other dynamics, ensure it is done with radical transparency and that everyone involved is a willing and enthusiastic participant. Your emotional well-being is non-negotiable. Choose the path that feels authentic and respectful to you. Your peace of mind is far more important than being seen as cool or modern. Let's talk about intuition. That little voice inside you, that feeling in your gut that tells you something is off. We often call these red flags. Maybe it's the way they talk about their exes, a pattern of inconsistency in their stories, or how they make you feel small without saying a word. These are not just random anxieties. They are your spirit's defense mechanism. They are whispers from a deeper part of you that knows your worth and is trying to protect you. The problem is, we often choose to ignore them. We make excuses. Baka stressed Langsia. He didn't mean it that way. I'm probably just overthinking. But here's the thing. Red flags are not suggestions. They are warnings. They are glimpses into a person's character and a preview of future heartaches. Ignoring them is like seeing a wrong way sign on the highway and stepping on the gas anyway. You are willingly driving towards a crash. You have to learn to trust that inner voice more than you trust their excuses. Your intuition is your most loyal advisor. It doesn't have an agenda other than your well-being. When you feel that knot in your stomach, don't dismiss it. Pause. Listen. Observe. You deserve a love that feels safe. You deserve a partner who brings you peace, not constant anxiety. You deserve consistency, respect, and honesty. Settling for less, for someone who constantly triggers your insecurities and makes you question your reality, is a disservice to yourself. It's a betrayal of that inner voice that is trying so hard to guide you. So the next time you see a red flag, don't try to paint it white. Acknowledge it. Address it. And if it's a deal breaker, have the courage to walk away. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for the bare minimum. Finally, let's address the elephant in the room for many of us: family. The expectations, the questions at every gathering, the subtle and not so subtle pressure to get married and have children. It can feel like your value in the family is tied to these specific roles. If you're not a wife or a mother, you're somehow incomplete in their eyes. You're the kawawa tita, the one they need to pray for. This narrative is not only outdated, but it is also incredibly damaging to your spirit. It can make you feel like your personal achievements and your individual happiness don't matter. I need you to hear this loud and clear. Your worth is not defined by your ability to be a wife or a mother. You are not a vessel for fulfilling someone else's dream for your life. You are a whole, complete, and valuable human being with your own unique purpose and journey. Your career, your passions, your friendships, your personal growth, your relationship with God, these are all valid and beautiful parts of your existence. Being a parent is a noble calling, but it is not the only calling. Your life has immense purpose, whether or not you choose that specific path. So it's time to lovingly detach from those expectations. You can love your family deeply while also setting boundaries to protect your mental and emotional health. You don't have to absorb their anxieties about your life. Your journey is yours alone. Focus on building a life that you are proud of, a life that fills you with joy and purpose. Cultivate self-love so fiercely that the external noise becomes nothing more than a faint whisper. Your story is still being written, and you are the author. Make it a story about a woman who defined her own worth and lived her life, unapologetically for herself. As we wrap up our conversation, I want to leave you with this. After all the tears, the questions, and the confusion, the path forward becomes simpler. It's about coming back home to yourself. Ang pag-ibig ay hindi math problem. Hindi ito base sa edad o bilang ang jowa. It's a matter of the heart, and the heart needs to be whole before it can truly connect with another. Heal first, then love. Give yourself the time and compassion to mend from past wounds, to understand your own needs, and to fall in love with the person you are becoming. Your happiness is your own responsibility and your greatest asset. Don't outsource it to a partner, a marriage, or a family role. Cultivate it from within. You are enough right now, just as you are. Single, healing, searching, wherever you are on your journey, you are whole. Your happiness matters most. It is the compass that should guide all of your decisions, especially in love. Huwag mo ipilit ang iyong sarili sa isang sitwasyon na hindi ka masaya. Don't shrink yourself to fit into a relationship that feels wrong. Don't abandon your peace for the sake of not being alone. The love you are searching for will find you when you are no longer searching, but are instead busy living. It will be drawn to your light, your confidence, and the joy that you radiate from a life well lived on your own terms. Trust the process, trust your timing, and most of all, trust yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me, for being vulnerable and open. Until our next conversation, take care of your heart.